Tim Adams here at Bearcat Journal. We're joined today by the Cincinnati defensive coordinator, Art Kaufman. Thanks a lot for joining us today.
I appreciate it. It's always good to talk about the Bearcats.
First thing I want to talk to you is the good news. You've got to be extremely excited about your team's effort, your unit's effort at Miami 2 weeks ago.
You know, I think the one thing that the guys have bought into what we're doing, and you know, I thought our effort level was really good, and you know, the execution of what we wanted done and how they're doing it, and I'm really pleased with the way they're coming along and following our plan.
When you kind of go back and look at that, of course, Miami hasn't had a lot of offensive success, but when you went into that game, what kinds of things were you looking to do?
You know, one of the things that with Miami had played 2 games and had come out with 2 different offensive plans in each game, then they had an open week to get ready for us. So I didn't know whether we were going to see a third one or whether we were going to see the first one or the second one or a mixture. So we kind of had to go with what we knew and some of our background on other offenses we had seen that were similar, and then just say, we're going to be very vanilla, make sure that we know what we're doing, and then we'll adjust during the course of the game. And that was our whole thought process going into the game.
You bring up adjustments during the game, and I think that's something you've really done a good job with. When I look back at the Illinois game, you came out the second half, and I think you either got 2 or 3 straight 3-and-outs. And in the Miami game, even though it was a great defensive effort in the first half, the second half you even got better. So you are making adjustments, aren't you?
Well, that's one of the things, you know, within our system, and our players, I think, understand our system, that you know, we've got some built-in adjustments once we understand what people are trying to do to us that week. Hey, here's what they're doing, here's what we've got to be able to go to, and our guys pretty much understand all of our adjustments, and that's a credit to our players as far as them understanding the scheme and the willingness to buy into what we're doing.
Going into this season, there were some question marks about the defense, specifically the defensive line, but I've got the numbers here. You're number 5 in total defense, number 19 in scoring defense, 12 in rushing defense, and number 10 in pass defense. Have they sort of exceeded your expectations?
You know, I think our defensive line is probably, as much as any position, is a strength. One, because you know, they're playing the way we want them to play, but the effort level and the amount of players we're able to play in there. You know, we're playing 8 to 10 guys in that 4-man front, and they're rotating through the game, and nobody, I don't know if anybody's played more than 40 plays in any game. They're all getting, you know, a lot of reps and in practice and quality reps in the game.
One of the guys, the newcomers that has caught my eye has been Trell Hartsfield. I think he's really given you a boost at defensive end with his quickness.
No question. You know, he's extremely quick. He's a great effort player, and his strength level has surprised me at how strong he is, just at the point of attack and being able to handle guys.
We're also a little concerned about the depth at linebacker coming into the year, and you spent a lot of time in training camp giving guys like Clemente Cassius, Corey Mason, Solomon Tentman, a lot of reps out there at training camp, and it seems to have paid off for you. Those kids have really come in and given you a lift off the bench.
You know, they really have. You know, those guys that Solomon and Corey and Clemente are all guys that I try to get in during the first half, and depending on how the game's going, but if we're in any kind of a rhythm, and I'm going to try to make sure that I've got a plan before the game to know that, hey, I'm going to sub this guy after series, you know, after the first series, and this guy will buy after the second series. Or if we're in any type of situation where we have a long drive, I'm going to sub them during it, because I know fresh guys are going to play, and I know those guys, I know what they've done during practice, and they expect to play, you know, because they know how to get it executed.
The other thing was the safety position. You had the one returning veteran in Aaron Chenault.
Right.
But you've got 3 different varying degrees of freshmen that have really actually played pretty well. You've got the gray shirt freshman in Zach Edwards. You've got the red shirt freshman in Andre Jones. And you've got the true freshman in Mike Tyson. And those guys have all gotten a lot of playing time.
You know, the guy that's probably surprised me the most early was we really didn't know a lot about Zach Edwards, because he only practiced like 2 days back there, and probably one of those 2 was at corner, because that's supposedly what he was a corner. And, you know, he's the guy who's really come through, and he's playing quite a bit, but Andre's played well, and Mike Tyson, you know, just getting adjusted to being here the last 2 weeks has really made a jump in his game.
I'm sure you're no different from every other defensive coordinator I've spoken with over the years. You want to stop the run, and this week against USF, you've got a really good running back that you're going to have. Maybe the best running back you'll see all year in Marcus Shaw.
You know, he's the best running back we have seen thus far, that's for sure. He's explosive. You know, he's gotten over 100 yards, I think, in every game. And, you know, even when they were behind or whatever's happening, he's the key guy. He's a difference maker for him, and we've got to keep him corralled and hemmed up and not let him get away on us, and be a great challenge for our defense.
And I see a lot of different coaching styles. You're kind of a Southern gentleman. You've got that accent, and you're you're a guy that's real calm out there. You're a teacher. You don't seem to lose your cool very often. The kids seem to really respond to you really well. You're a professional. You've been doing this a long time. Has it taken? Were you a younger guy? Were you more of a fiery, you know?
I think there's still the fire, but the big thing I try to talk to guys about is hey, is understand what you're doing and why you're doing it. Why are we asking you to do it, you know, a certain way, the technique within it and within the scheme. And once they understand that, because I don't think anybody wants to be yelled and screamed at all the time, but when I raise my voice, they better know it's for a reason. And I talk to them all the time about effort and mistakes. You know, don't beat yourself and play hard. And as long as you're doing that, everything's going to be going good. And we're always pushing them and rallying with them. But I'm not going to be in somebody's, you know, face about effort level and all that, because if that's an issue, those guys probably won't play. And the guys that we have here, they're effort guys. They want to play. You know, they want to play hard. They understand playing hard. And that's all that we ask them to do is, hey, you're going to make a mistake. Let's get up and go to the next play.
Well, 7 p.m., Tampa, Florida. You're going to be there Saturday night. Good luck to you.
Appreciate it. Looking forward to it. Thank you.
Good luck.